This is News Channel 5's Night Side.
What message do you want to send him right now if he's watching?
I would want to tell him to surrender himself and come on out, and it's going to be all right.
The comments from John Ashley, the gunman inside this law office, from his wife this afternoon. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us for Nightside tonight. I'm Vera Arena. Dale has the evening off. In breaking news tonight, a gunman entered a law office in downtown Alexandria and opens fire. Police got the call about 2:30 this afternoon, and they tell us 62-year-old John Ashley went into the Giordano law firm on 8th and Washington Street and opened fire. Two of the victims managed to escape on their own. A third person had to be helped out by police as gunshots were being fired. So far, Ashley is still in that building tonight, and we're told that 2 hostages remain inside with him. However, we have no word on their condition. News Channel 5's Mike Magnoli is live at the scene tonight to give us an update on the latest breaking developments in downtown. Mike, go ahead and run us through the day's events and what's happening right now.
Farrah, first off, very quickly, I want to apologize to our viewers. We've been breaking in all through the day. During our last cut-in, I stepped in front of the camera to make sure that the light was okay. Police are telling us that the camera lights have to be turned off right now because they don't want this suspect inside to have anything to shoot at. They don't want him to have any visible targets. I'm going to show you now what's happening on the scene. We have SWAT team members still in place. They are ready to make a move as far as I know, Farrah. Now, just a few minutes ago, we heard gunshots and we saw a lot of activity here. Also, ambulance activity, Farrah. Just a few moments ago, some of the ambulances that had been a little bit farther away came closer, so they're on standby right now. And what I'm going to do now is toss it back to you in the studio, Farrah, and I'll answer any questions that you might have at this time for our viewers.
Well, I think what we've been monitoring all night, we've been hearing about this robot, which has a camera on it, and the goal was to kind of give law enforcement officers an idea of what is going on inside. Do you have any news on how that panned out tonight?
Well, Farrah, I actually tried to get close up to the control center, this mobile command post where they were controlling that robot. I guess the idea was to send it in there to try to get a better handle of the situation. And they quickly shooed me away, so I was not able to see any of the visuals on their monitors. I am told that the suspect fired at the robot. They had to pull it back, so as far as police know, he is still in there. He is still armed and holed up in a bathroom inside this law office.
All right, Mike Magnoli reporting live. Thanks for that, and we'll check back in throughout the newscast. We do want to let folks know that when we were speaking with his wife earlier, he did have a handgun in possession of that, which was his daughter's, and he also had a rifle that he had gotten from a relative a while back. So those are just 2 types of firearms that he possibly could have inside with him, and we'll get more confirmed reports on that. News Channel 5 was at the scene within minutes as we first heard those shots fired this afternoon, and videographer Bryant Ferguson has been in position about a block from the law office today. Here's what he captured, and here it is by News Channel 5's Al Quartermont.
It's around 2:15 in the afternoon. The first shots are fired, and police from everywhere across the city swarm to the scene. Those who arrive first find 2 of the victims in that vehicle, which is backing up. They would be taken to the hospital with gunshot wounds, later identified as 49-year-old Sam Giordano and 27-year-old Andrea Price, a secretary at the firm. Meanwhile, officers from across several departments secure the scene, including the Alexandria Police Department, Rapides Parish Sheriff's Office, State Police, the FBI, as well as ambulance and other emergency personnel. This is how it looks from above. Back on the ground, teams move in position, hoping to execute a rescue of one of the victims inside. As the hostage negotiator tries to talk out the man now identified as John Ashley, crews rip out the window, allowing the rescue squad to move into place and execute the rescue of this victim, later identified as attorney Camille Giordano, who was taken to Cabrini Hospital. And the focus now turns to dealing with John Ashley. As SWAT teams again move into position, police fire tear gas into the law office. That allows an attempt for the officers to go inside and rescue more victims. but the gunman returns fire on the officers, who are forced to retreat. So for now, Ashley remains inside, and police continue to try to negotiate to get him out.
Now we want to go back live to the scene. News Channel 5's Mike Magnoli is right there near the law office. Mike, what can you tell us?
Right, Farrah. We are on 9th and Washington, and I'm joined now by Alexandria Police Sergeant Gatlin, PIO. Sergeant, can you give us an update? What's going on right now?
Right now, they've deployed more gas, and we're still trying to use the techniques to try to end this without loss of life of the suspect that's inside.
Sergeant, what about those gunshots we heard a little while ago, or was that more tear gas popping? Can you explain the sounds that we were hearing?
That was tear gas. About 9:15, they started deploying gas. They've done it 4 times since 9:15, so that right now, all of that is tear gas.
Sergeant, what's the explanation? You've tear gassed this guy so many times this afternoon and into this evening. How could he possibly still be in there?
I don't know. He's still in there. We've deployed a robot that Monroe Police provided, and we know he's in there.
Were you able to find out about the status of the 2 victims that we know are still in there, Sergeant?
No, we have not.
Okay, Farrah, we're going to toss it back to you in the studio. I'm joined by Sergeant Gatlin of the Alexandria Police. Yeah, go ahead, Farrah.
Yeah, Mike, can you ask Sergeant Gatlin, can he elaborate on the condition of those victims inside?
Sure, Farrah. Sergeant, just again for our viewers to clarify, what is the status of the victims inside?
We don't know yet. That's not confirmed. We know there's 2 victims inside, and 3 victims were taken to the hospital.
Okay, Farrah, back to you.
Thanks, Mike Magnoli. I want to just confirm that. A lot of speculation going on tonight about those 2 victims. So as you heard from the PIO, Sergeant Clifford Gatlin, the status of the 2 victims inside is still unknown at this time, as well as the names. We do want to check in now live with News Channel 5's Lee Colbert, who has been at both Rapides and St. Francis Cabrini Hospital, updating us on the situation of the victims. Lee, what do you have?
Yes, Farrah. I'm still at Cabrini Hospital right now. The surgery staff just informed me at exactly 10 o'clock p.m. that 60-year-old Camille Giordano is still in surgery. His condition is critical but stable, which is good news for surgeons and a good sign for the family members. They are wrapping things up in the surgery. No word yet as to exactly what time things will finish up. I am being told that afterwards, after the surgery is up, he will be directly placed in ICU. He was admitted to Cabrini Hospital at about 4:29 p.m. earlier this afternoon. So he's been in surgery for about 5.5 hours and counting. Also, we do have 2 patients over at Rapides Regional Medical Center, and the hospital vice president and spokesperson over there, Charlotte Ducote, is informing me that 27-year-old Andrea Fletcher Price remains in fair condition. She is now asking that from this point on, the remainder of her status be confidential. So all I can tell you is that she is in fair condition, which means that her vital signs are stable and within normal limits, and she is conscious but may be a little uncomfortable. Also at Rapides Regional is 49-year-old Sam Giordano. He is considered in serious condition, which means his vital signs may be unstable and not within normal limits. So, Fair, that's all I can tell you at this point, and we're just kind of keeping a close eye on things as they unfold.
All right, News Channel 5, Lee Colbert with an update on the 3 victims that we have information on. Thank you for that. Also, after the shooting, LifeShare Blood Center requested some blood donations in response to the shootings, and they say they were flooded with donors. A huge response from the community. Many say that they processed nearly 70 people in 1 hour. Lisa Higman with LifeShare says that they will be open tomorrow from 8 until 6, and again Saturday from 8 until noon. And of course, they've asked us to thank all of you who showed up today to donate blood, and if you can, be sure to donate tomorrow. And they're also needing platelet donors as well. Before we head to a break, we do want to let you know we are monitoring a press conference that is to be held at 11 o'clock tonight by Alexandria Police Chief Darren Cootie and Alexandria Mayor Jacques Roy. They will be addressing the public, making some comments about today's shooting. So in the meantime, stay with us. We're going to take a quick break, and we will have the weather for you. In fact, here's Tom with a quick teaser.
You're watching News Channel 5's Night Side. with Dale Hoffman and Farrah Reyna.
Welcome back, everyone. We just heard word from Police Chief Darren Kuti that the press conference that was initially scheduled for 11 o'clock tonight has been canceled. As you know, he has been on the scene all afternoon along with the Mayor, Jacques Roy. So at this point, that press conference has been canceled, and they will continue to feed us information so we can bring it to you as well. And the one person that we haven't really been speaking much about is the gunman. And it's a horrific afternoon. We have 5 victims apparently shot by one man. His wife tells us he has been depressed for several months now. News Channel 5's Joel Massey joins us live in the newsroom to give us a better idea of who this alleged shooter is. We know his name is John Ashley. He's 62-year-old Alexandria man. Joel, what information do you have on him?
Farrah, 62-year-old John Ashley worked for the city of Alexandria for 34 years before he retired about 3 years ago. Folks that knew him said he was upset about retirement benefits, and that's why he was seeking legal help at the law firm. Earlier, Farrah, you had a phone interview with his current wife, and I'd like to play part of that just to give you a picture of his state of mind.
Did he leave home this morning? Was he upset? Did you have any idea?
He left home this morning to go to work, and that must have been about 5:30.
Okay, he left to work, and how was his mood? Did he seem upset? Was he okay? Was he in good spirits?
He was kind of upset.
And what was he upset about?
I don't know. He wouldn't talk to me and tell me.
Is this something, has he been upset all week, or did he just wake up?
He's been upset for quite some time.
Any idea as to why?
He lost his daughter, and he went through a divorce years back, and he was still going through some legal stuff. And
has he been depressed, I guess, since the passing of his daughter or the divorce?
He was depressed before then. Right. He had a death before then, and he was depressed.
Have y'all tried to seek any medical help for him?
I've asked him. I talked to his pastor concerning him, and it just wasn't no go-through. I'm just hanging in.
Farrah, I spoke with John, several people who knew John Ashley this afternoon, and he said he was quiet and reserved. They're all just in shock that he could have done this. Farrah?
Yeah, Joel, and I've had some people email me who know him as well, and they just keep talking about, though he was a quiet fella and he had been suffering from depression, but he was such a nice guy, and this is very unexpected. So stay on top of that and let us know more about him and his family as this unfolds.
Sure thing. As a matter of fact, I spoke with his daughter, Shaterica, on the phone about 10 minutes ago, and she said that he was a hunter who had land in Ruby, Louisiana. She said he was never a violent person and didn't have a criminal record. He used to clean the Clark and Dunbar building and the Social Security office. She talked about problems from his divorce to deaths in his family, the most recent, of course, being his daughter. We'll keep you updated as we learn more about this man. Farrah?
All right, News Channel 5's Joel Massey, thanks for that update. So that kind of gives you an insight a little bit about who John Ashley is, the gunman who is still holed up, we are told now, in a bathroom in the law offices of Giordano, which is downtown. And we're going to keep you updated throughout this newscast. So far, things are remaining quiet, and sniper shooters, the SWAT team, and everyone is still surrounding the area, trying to negotiate him to surrender peacefully. That has not happened. Again, we do want to remind you there are 2 victims still inside of this law office, but Sergeant Gatlin just told us moments ago that we do not have a confirmed report on their condition. I know a lot of emails are surfacing, a lot of website sources are reporting what could be going on, but there's been no confirmed reports on the 2 victims inside and no confirmed identities at this point from law enforcement agencies. Just want to clear that up. Time now to check in, though, with the forecast. Tom, welcome back. We do want to go back downtown live with News Channel 5's Mike Magnoli, who is at the scene tonight. Mike, what's going on at this hour?
Farrah, we are live at Washington and 9th, and this has been an ongoing standoff. We are approaching 9 hours. The officers here, they're tired, Farrah, and they're hungry, but this is a situation that looks no closer to a resolution than it did 9 hours ago. Right now, we still have no word on the condition of the 2 victims still inside that law office, and we have no word on what the condition of the gunman is. We know that, as far as we know, he is in there, he is still armed, and Farrah, there's just no way to know when this is going to be over.
All right, thanks to News Channel 5's Mike Magnoli downtown with the latest update. As he said, it's still remaining quiet down there, and we did hear that tear gas was shot in that law office probably about 15-20 minutes ago, but still no other movement from there. So we'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll be joined with News Channel 5's Lee Colbert, who has an update on the 3 victims at local hospitals. Welcome back. We're joined now with News Channel 5's Lee Colbert via telephone to give us an update on the victims at local hospitals. Lee.
Yes, Farrah, I'm still at Cabrini Hospital at this moment, and we just got an update from the surgery staff that 60-year-old Camille Giordano is nearing the completion of his surgery, and the staff anticipates that he will be transferred to the ICU as soon as everything has been wrapped up. Now, he was brought by ambulance to Cabrini Hospital at 4:29 p.m. earlier today. Gunshot wounds. We don't know exactly where they're located or the extensiveness of it. We've tried to talk to family members, but as you can imagine, they're not interested in speaking at this time. He is the only patient here at Cabrini that was wounded in the downtown shooting.
Okay.
And also, yes?
Okay, we're running out of time, so we just definitely wanted to get an update on Mr. Camille. Thank you for that report. And before we do head out at the end of the newscast, we want to let you know that the other two victims, Sam Giordano and Andrea Fletcher Price, are listed as improving at their hospital. We want to let you know that we're going to stick with this story throughout the entire night as long as it takes to get this resolved. Stay tuned to News Channel 5. Don't leave us. We're not leaving you. We will break in each time something new develops. So until then, continue to go to KALB.com and keep your remote control handy nearby to Channel 5. Until then, we'll see you on the next update.